guys, it's Desi. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here, welcome to my channel. So as you can tell by the video title, I am going to be showing you guys how to do your brows. This is a very super simple, easy brow tutorial, beginner friendly. It literally took me a total of 10 minutes to do both of my brows versus sitting there for 40 minutes trying to figure it out. How are you gonna do this? No. Alright, so I already did this eyebrow off camera just so you can see like what the before looks like and what we're going to build it up to. So to prep my brows, I just cleaned up the little hairs around the area. I personally don't get my eyebrows done just because I did it for so long. They started thinning out on their own. Well, not on their own, like every time I would go they would get thinner and thinner and thinner. So eventually I just learned how to do my own eyebrows, and I don't do like anything fancy. I just use like a good old eyebrow razor and I just go around the shape that is already naturally there and trim off the excess hairs. If you guys do want to do your own eyebrows with the eyebrow razor, but you're not really sure how to shape it or like what shape you want, what I recommend is first going to get your eyebrows done and have them shape them for you, and then just doing it on your own after that. I will say though that doing your eyebrows on your own, especially with the razor, does take a lot of practice. There's been a few times where I've accidentally shaved my entire end of my eyebrow off. I mean, it's just hair, it'll grow back. It's not that serious. But yeah, this is a much cheaper alternative to getting your eyebrows done if you guys are interested in that. If not, girl, just do your own thing. So if you have watched my eyebrow tutorial from 2000, I don't even know when, it's like 1 or 2 years old. I looked at it the other day, it has like 20,000 views, and I'm like, like, just curious, like, let me see what it looks like. I watched it. The quality, my eyebrows were so thick, and there's nothing wrong with thick eyebrows, just I was just not feeling it, and it just wasn't it. So since then, I have thinned out my brows a little bit more, straightened up the shape just a little bit, and I also do not use the same products that I did use before. Before, when I used to do my eyebrows, I used to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I still do own it. Like, I still buy new ones because I like to use that on my clients, just because usually when you go and get a full glam done, you are doing it for a special occasion. So the thing about Dip Brow is it is very thick. If you have ever used it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very thick, very dark, and if you are a beginner with brows, it is very hard to use. And back then when I made that video, Instagram brows were very trendy. If you don't know what that is, it is where you do your brows super dark. You can't really see like any hair marks or anything, and then they fade out in the front. Then you would get your concealer and drag it all along your eyebrows, and that's just what was in. So the dip brow worked really well for that. And now when it comes to brows, there's honestly a lot of brow trends that are going on. The feathered brows, the soap brows, the natural brows. So the tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys for your brows is more of a natural brow. As you can see, it is very lightly filled in. You could still see all my hair strokes. And all I really did was go in there and shape it up a little bit and kind of just make it a little bit darker. So to do that, you literally need one product. This has been my go-to lately. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This one is in the shade dark brown, and it's literally just a thin brow pencil. This one is $13. So if you are new to doing brows and you don't really want to spend too much money, you just want to try something out, this Boldface Better Brows Eyebrow Pencil is an identical dupe to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. They were nice enough to send me one to try out, and I absolutely love it. This is in the shade B8, and it's literally just a dark brown. I'll swatch both of them side by side so you guys can see. So this one right here is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this top one right there is the Bold Face Better Brows. So as you can see, it is a little bit more pigmented. So I do like both of these the same amount, but today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. My only thing about this pencil is it is $13, and if you're like me and you use it every single day, it will literally last you maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. So $13 every 2 weeks. Not that it's very expensive, it's just like, because I was so used to using the dip brow where it was 18 bucks and it would last me like 5 or 6 months. But I mean, it is what it is. I really like the way it works, so in my eyes, it's worth it. And also, if you guys do actually want to see a tutorial on the dip brow, just let me know down below in the comments, and I'm more than happy to make that for you guys. Dip brow is still a great product that lasts all day, and honestly, it will always come through. It'll always be a classic. Now, enough talking, let's get started. Literally, of all days, I literally get a pimple the day that, not just the day I'm gonna film, the day I'm gonna film my eyebrows close up. I get a pimple right between my eyebrows. So first, I'm going to be taking the spoolie side of the Brow Wiz, and I'm going to be brushing all of the brow hairs upwards, just so we could see the natural shape of the brow. So I'm gonna roll it out about that much, just very little, because if you bring out too much product, it is going to snap and break. So as you can see, there's the hairs that go straight up, and then as you move further along the brow, they start going to the side. So I'm going to be starting as soon as the hairs start going to the side, and I'm just gonna be dragging it along the bottom. And I'm gonna stop before I get to the actual arch. So I'm stopping right about here. And as you guys can see on my eyebrow, where the line should be continuing straight right here, I'm actually bald. So I'm just gonna be continuing the line straight instead of following my natural hairline. And that's one thing that is very important, is to follow the line straight all the way till you get to the edge. On this brow, it's straight, 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 and then as soon as the tip, that's where you start to curve it. So I'm gonna be going straight across. So I followed it straight, and now you can see it naturally just points out where it should start curving going down. So I'm just going to follow that line where the straight line meets my hair going downward. And I'm not bringing the tip of the brow out too far. I'm just bringing it right to where the hair ends because I don't want it to be too dramatic. So now we have the bottom outline of the brow done. I'm gonna be taking the spoolie again and brushing it out. And as you can see, the harsh line just completely disappears. So now I'm going to be brushing my brows through and brushing them into place where they should be. And this really just helps you see what you're missing. Like as you can see, I'm bald right here and I'm missing that round part that I have on the side. So I'm just gonna very lightly across the top, just very lightly fill it, because I do already have a lot of hair. So I'm just dragging it through, going straight, and I'm gonna stop right here. Right where I stopped, you can already tell that is where the curve is supposed to begin. So very lightly, just to trace it out, I'm going to start curving a little bit down, not going across yet, just straight down from right there, and coloring it and filling that in. And I'm gonna go draw a little bit of a straight line again, just drawing it a little bit out, and where that line ends, bringing it down. And this is just to help keep you from drawing a line and then going down and now your brows all the way out here. This is just to help slowly build up that curve to where you want it. So I like it right about there. So I'm gonna bring it down. So I'm gonna bring it down to the tip of my brow and just have it meet the other line. And before I fill it in more, I'm gonna brush it one more time. Make sure the shape is good. And one thing I will tell you guys now, it is very rare to have perfectly symmetrical brows. I'm a victim of not having symmetrical brows. This brow does this, and this brow doesn't do that. But if you guys can't get your brows to be 100% symmetrical, like, don't even trip. It's a very normal thing to not have symmetrical brows. Nobody's really gonna sit there and take the time and zoom into your pictures and pull out a ruler and freaking look at your brow, like, and if someone is taking the time to do that, then take it as a compliment, because that's a fan. So now that I like the shape of my brow, I'm gonna start filling it in, and I'm gonna start filling it in very lightly. I'm not gonna apply too much pressure with the little tip. So I'm gonna start from right here and coloring it in the strokes of the hairs. And now I'm going to be adding a line to the front of the brow. And this part is very important because you don't want to be too heavy-handed, because then your brow is going to be like a block. You want to leave a very natural stroke so that your brow just like blends into the nut. So your brow just like blends in to the rest of your face. So very, very, very lightly, I'm going to be... I thought I heard someone in my house. So very, very lightly, I'm going to be adding a soft line under my brow. That is all. I'm not going to go any darker than that. I'm going to be brushing it up. Now I'm just going to be adding very small hair strokes. And I like doing the front part last because to me it's just easier to shape the bottom, like the last half of my brow, and then do the front. I don't know why I am the way that I am. So now that I am done with the pencil, what I would normally be doing next is making sure my brows are in place and locked in. And I would be doing this with a brow gel, except I'm not going to be doing it because I can't find my brow gel anywhere. And this really just helps keep everything in place. The brow gel that I really recommend is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, but you can use the clear brow gel. But you can use whatever brow gel you like. You could even use clear mascara. So normally on an everyday basis, I would leave my brows just like this, do nothing further to them, just because my everyday look is a more natural look. And I mean, they look good like this. I like them like this. But I know some people like to do the extra step and conceal under their brows. Especially if you're going to do eyeshadow, you just have to conceal under your brows. So I'll go ahead and also be showing you all how to do that. So to conceal under your brows, you're just going to want to take a concealer, whatever concealer you want, and a flat brush. This one is the MAC 252S brush. This is my go-to brush for under brows or doing cut creases, anything. But if you are a beginner, this brush might be a little bit harder to work with just because it is so thin and it's not like a tapered flat brush. It is a bigger brush. I like this brush just because I've been doing this for so long. It comes like nothing to me. But I know if you're a beginner, it's something new and it's a little harder, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So if you're a beginner, I recommend using this brush. This is the brush that I use to contour my nose, but it is just a super small flat brush. It is a little bit thicker, which will help you kind of control it a little bit more. And it's short, so it is also easier to control because it is shorter. And if you are using the smaller brush, it is the same steps as this brush, exactly the same. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit of concealer onto my brush. This is the Dior Skin Forever Undercover Concealer. This one is in the shade 021. So I'm not going to be applying the concealer to my lid as I normally would when I do eyeshadow. Instead, I'm going to be taking a little bit onto my brush and taking a little bit and just wiping it onto my hand to make sure that there's not too much product onto the brush. Because if you have too much product on your brush, as soon as you press it to your brow, it's gonna squish and like get up into your brow. So just a little bit of product on the brush. And starting right here in the middle, about right there, I'm just gonna be following the shape of my entire brow. And I don't recommend doing like one motion. It's easier to do small motions following the brow. Now using the brush, I'm just gonna be patting it out. And as you can see, I still look crazy, so I'm just gonna be taking my beauty sponge and blending it out. And before you blend it out with your beauty sponge, you do want to pat it out with the brush, because if I was to take the beauty sponge and blend it out as soon as I finished packing it on, it would have been still like very wet and not spread out, and it would have gotten on the actual brow. And as you can see, the cleaning up under the brow does make everything a lot sharper, but brows without concealer still look really good also. And also concealing is really good to help cover up any mistakes. I know even sometimes, it's not even when you're first starting, even after years of doing this, sometimes I'll freaking be tracing it and go all the way across. Like, it happens to the best of us. So concealing is also a really helpful tool to just help you clean up any mistakes and make everything look a lot sharper. So I'm just gonna be concealing my other brow and then we'll be finishing them up. Okay, so now I've concealed both brows. I'm gonna go ahead and be adding a little bit of highlight just to give you that like glow. So I'm just gonna be using like this little tiny blending brush. You can honestly use whatever small brush that you like. I'm just gonna be adding a little bit under the brow, and that just takes it to like the next level. Like, brows are popping, and I freaking slammed my highlight into my hand. Anyways, the highlight I'm using is the Becca Cosmetics highlighter in Vanilla Quartz. I really like this highlighter because it looks white, but it gives like a pinkish iridescent shine. And before I end this video, the lashes that I'm wearing, because I know people are gonna ask, because people always ask about these lashes. The lashes that I am wearing are the Lily lashes in Miami. I don't know what happened here. Like, this one is just like, it's just like not going with my eyeball. Like, I don't know what is going on. But anyways, these are the Lily lashes in Miami. These are one of my favorite pairs of lashes. So I hope this video was very helpful to you guys. I know it could be really frustrating when you're first starting out. I know brows is honestly one of the hardest things to do, especially if your brows don't match and you feel like they have to. They don't. So don't like give up. Just keep practicing. Brows do take a lot of practice. If you guys go back to my video from a few years ago, you will see that even me then still needed some practice on my brows. So yes, let me know down below in the comments if you guys want me to test any other brow products or to make a tutorial using any other brow products, or just any other videos you want to see, any questions you have, any comments you want to come at me with. So yeah, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also go follow me on Instagram at d.e.s.i. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and thank you guys so much for supporting me. You guys don't know how much it means to me. And I will see you guys in my next video.